And welcome back to the Los Alamitos preview show. We certainly have some big racing action here at Los Alamitos this week, and on Saturday we'll have trials for the John Deere Juvenile California Regional Challenge. On Sunday, trials for the Golden State Derby and the return to competition of He's a Dash of Fire. But first, let's talk about the trials for Saturday night, and Orlando Gutierrez caught up with the trainer, very prominent with his 2-year-olds in those trials. Here's Orlando and trainer Christopher Odell.
Well, we got a busy weekend of trial races in store here at Los Alamitos Racecourse. On Saturday night is the John Deere California Juvenile Challenge Trials. On Sunday is the trials to the Golden State Derby. So a great weekend of racing here at Los Alamitos Racecourse. But it all starts on Friday night. And Chris, you're going to be very busy the entire weekend. On Friday night, you have a nice main horse looking for the first victory by the name of Favorite Falls for Rosenthal Ranch. This horse has a real good chance to win this race, right?
We like her a lot. We bought her at the sale last year, and she's run 2 seconds. She's a pretty late bloomer, and so we're expecting good things tonight.
And Rosenthal Ranch has had a pretty good season here at Los Alamitos. Of course, with your help, they've qualified to some futurities, and every horse that they send out seems to be ready to run and a big threat in every single one of those races.
Yeah, they let me pick out a couple last year, and that helped. They're such nice people, and they deserve a lot of good luck and good fortune.
Now let's move on to the trials on Saturday. This is the John Deere Juvenile Challenge, the California Regional. Here you will have a couple of nice horses. Let's start with Thrice Wise, who's been knocking at the door. Maybe this Saturday night is a time that really shines, right?
Yeah, I think we ran her twice. I think she ran a second and a first, and we think a whole lot of her. And then we have Phoebe's Dynasty, the filly, and she's kind of been knocking on the door. Actually, it took her a few races to come through and win, but I think she ran the fastest time-wise. For people who like time, I think she ran the fastest time-wise when she broke her maiden of anything that we've had. So.
Now, size-wise, how would you describe her?
Thrice-wise, a little bundle of nerves, but we think she has quite a bit of talent. Yeah.
Now let's move on now to Sunday night. This is the trials of the Golden State Derby. Energy Cartel, a horse that won the main stakes earlier this year. That's one of the top runners you believe in that you have going?
Well, for sure, that's probably our top horse that we have running the trials. As far as money won, those are some tough trials. There's some good horses. Jose Flores has some good horses. Paul Jones. All the big trainers are going to have horses in those races, and it's hard to qualify. The first step is qualify and then hope for the best after that. We kind of upset him in the maiden stakes with him, so maybe we can upset him in this Derby coming up.
Now we talk a little bit about Phoebe's Dynasty, a filly. Name is just one word, but you have another Phoebe's Dynasty here in your barn. It's 2 words, a male horse that won the Governor's Cup Futurity. Can you give us an update on this? Budding superstar, still undefeated.
Yeah, he's still undefeated. We love that horse so much. He's such a cool customer. He's always done everything right. We don't know that he's the fastest around, but he doesn't make many mistakes. He breaks good, and he stands in the gate, breaks good, runs good, and you got to love a horse like that just gives you all he's got. So we're not sure exactly where we're going to go. We have a lot of options because he's paid up in the $1 million races and also the Pacific Coast, so we have some choices to make. We can't run in all of them.
Best of luck this weekend. Should be a good one.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Orlando, and the best of luck to trainer Christopher Odell in the trials for the John Deere Juvenile California Regional Challenge here on Saturday. But the big horse everybody's been waiting for coming back here on Sunday, the winner of the first 2 legs of last year's Los Alamitos Bonanza, He's a Dash of Fire. Let's find out what Jose Flores has to say about He's a Dash of Fire's return to competition.
Well, Jose, this weekend is the anticipated return of He's a Dash of Fire. Can you tell us about what it's like to have the champion coming back to the races? What is that like for you?
Well, a little bit of nerves and excitement. The nerves because it's first time out. Excitement because you always like to see a great horse run, So he worked okay, came back and worked the 17.6 and had 2 other works and did very well in them too. So I feel pretty good about it.
Now, the horse has not raced since the Los Alamitos 2 million Futurity last year. Long time between races. What does that make you think? What do you expect?
It's always a concern that they don't get tired, especially it being 400 yards. But we're hoping he has the talent, and just does everything like he's done in the past. And hopefully he doesn't get into too much competition where he don't have to be pressured as much and have enough for the finals if he gets in.
Nevertheless, just having a horse of his talent, of his stature, back in action, it's got to be a nice boost for the entire barn, right?
It is. we've had a decent year, but we really haven't won no big races this year. So it's always we always look forward for our big star to come up and take us out of the hole sometimes. And he is the big horse in the barn. So we're just waiting for him to come along and hopefully do as good as he did last year.
Well, thanks, Orlando. And I'm really excited now, Wes, about He's a Dash of Fire, because I remember last year he was so sensational early in the year. Still ran a respectable fourth in the finals of the $2 million futurity from the rail, but if he runs anywhere like he did in his first 5 starts last year, he'll be very tough.
Well, anyone is, yeah, I mean, especially this horse runs, well, fresh, and this horse will be very fresh. So He's a Dash of Fire. We're going to take a look at him running this coming Sunday.
Yeah, we certainly have had some great horses here over the past few years, obviously with the thoroughbred California Chrome being stabled on the grounds, and we've had some outstanding quarter horses as well. So He's a Dash of Fire back in competition here in the trials for the Golden State Derby on Sunday.